Well, today's presentation is going to cover the search and rescue operations at the Haiti earthquake in January 2010, the response by the U.S. Agency for International Development's two International Urban Search and Rescue Task Forces, which is Los Angeles County Fire Department and Fairfax County Fire Department out of Virginia, which are the two that normally respond internationally, and also the whole government agreement that resulted in 4 FEMA Urban Search and Rescue Task Forces also being dispatched to assist. That put 6 task forces on the ground in Port-au-Prince. And beyond that, which, that in itself was obviously the worst disaster in Western Hemisphere history, but we're also going to discuss implications for other earthquake-prone areas like the New Madrid Fault Zone and other places around the United States, but particularly the New Madrid Fault Zone, how what we learned in Haiti applies to the areas that could be impacted by a New Madrid Fault quake. And specifically, we're going to talk about not just the resources that you would apply to a disaster like that, and that we did apply in Haiti, but also the integration of local and state and federal responders and how that integration needs to look or can look, with Haiti kind of as a template for that. And we'll look at some specific rescues that we performed down there to pull people out alive between 3 and 6 or 8 days later, emphasizing that when you have a big earthquake or other collapse disaster, there are important key points that everyone needs to understand, not just the tailboard firefighters, but all the way up to the fire chief, to the city mayor, to the elected officials that have a say in the matter of when we transition from rescue to recovery, to the news media, so that everyone understands that the approach has to be non-stop 24-hour-a-day rescue operations until we have eliminated every potential for live people to still be trapped in these collapsed buildings. And so that's a key point when you have a New Madrid fault quake. Just like in Los Angeles, we plan when the San Andreas fault ruptures or we get the next major earthquake, our plans include non-stop search and rescue operations for up to 3 weeks. That's our mindset going into it, is that we're going to be going around the clock for at least 3 weeks if necessary. So that brings in a whole different aspect of emergency management, planning for long-term operations like that, and not allowing any kind of pressure to reduce the time that we give to keep searching for people that are still alive. So those parameters need to really be clearly understood, and the planning for that, especially in the New Madrid Fault Zone, which is potentially a catastrophic level disaster, in our future, these are critical issues that we saw play out in Haiti.